Research on reading indicates that good readers use a variety of strategies to make sense of what they read. This is often referred to as making meaning or literacy strategies. This same research has shown that effective readers use specific strategies when reading that show they understand or comprehend what they're reading. 6 such strategies are making connections, visualizing, inferring, questioning, determining importance, and synthesizing. Let's take a closer look at how these 6 literacy strategies affect reading comprehension. The brain is a learning machine. Everything you do, think, and wonder has the potential to be stored as a neuron or a cell in your brain. These neurons form communities by branching out and connecting to other neurons. The neurons are grouped by similarities, forming memories that make sense. For example, your understanding of the word round helps you understand and make connections to several objects, including the moon or a ball. Reading is no exception. When children read, they're reminded of previously stored knowledge, or schema. The books they read can be connected in 3 ways: text to self, reminding children of something that happened in their own lives; text to text, when a book reminds them of another they've read; or text to world, when the text reminds them of something they've seen in the world at large. Encourage readers to make connections, first text to self, then text to text, then text to world. All readers make mental pictures or visualizations of the words they read. When readers visualize the text, they are then able to understand elements of the story, such as plot, in a deeper way. To make learning visible, have children draw and talk about mental pictures that a story prompts.
I'm really hoping we're going to have some fun today. Today we're going to learn about what it means to infer, or what is inferencing. This is a common question asked by teachers. A question students always shy away from until one day, magically, they understand. So you may be thinking, blah, 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 but I want to make it easier for you. Inferencing is like predicting, but better. You are given clues about a story or scenario, and your job is to determine what happened. In these examples, you will be given clues that may seem obvious, but your job is to use your schema and clues to determine what happened. Schema is something that you already know that is in your head, and clues, of course, you're going to act like a detective trying to figure out who this person is. Take the following examples. Stick person has a baby. She just got spit up on. Look around at the scene and use your schema and the clues to determine who stick person could be. Pause the video and discuss with a partner. Okay, now on to example 2. As you can see, we have a man that we may not know anything about yet. What are some clues that you can use to figure out who this man is? What do you know? He has a briefcase. He looks like he's running and he's late for something. Who is he? You're doing a really good job. Now consider the following. Take your time. For an additional challenge, think about the books you have read this year. How did you use inference skills? What about the movies you read or you listened to? Did you use inference skills then? We use inference skills all the time. Try these challenges or these inference activities with a partner.
This video discusses the importance of teaching and using questioning strategies to promote student engagement and deepen student learning. Imagine a typical kindergarten class. The room is full of students eager to ask countless questions. If we fast forward 4 years to see those same students, there might be only a few with that same eagerness. Somewhere along the way, the students have come to the conclusion that their job is to answer questions, not ask them. While it is important that students be able to answer questions, it is equally important they are willing and able to ask the question. Asking questions can spark curiosity and creativity and encourage students to take ownership of their learning. When a student's curiosity is piqued, the brain is primed for learning, and ready to puzzle, wonder, and actively engage in the learning experience. Although children are naturally curious, it is still necessary to teach them how to ask questions effectively. According to Tony Wagner, educator and author of The Global Achievement Gap, the ability to ask the right question is the single most important skill. Students learn to question effectively when they are given ample opportunity to work with peers on this skill. In today's world, most work is done collaboratively in teams. Giving students the opportunity to work on questioning strategies together not only improves their questioning skills, but also equips them with a valuable tool for post-secondary life, the ability to collaborate effectively. In this section, you will explore various teaching and learning strategies that can be used for questioning. You can also view classroom examples of these strategies in the Samples and Examples section.
Determining importance in text. To determine is a verb. It means to firmly decide. What's important? Something that is important is an adjective of great significance or value, likely to have a profound effect. How do you determine what is important when you're reading text? How do you decide what isn't? Think about camping. Pick 6 of the most important items you would want to take on a camping trip. Decide why you think that item is important. How did you decide what was important and what wasn't? I thought maybe a tent, food, water, a sleeping bag, my cell phone, and matches might be the most important things. You might decide something else. When you determine importance in text, ask yourself these questions. What is my purpose for reading this text? What is the author's purpose for writing this text? Identify the key ideas and use text features to help identify important ideas, concepts, and details. In fiction, you're going to infer the bigger idea or theme. In nonfiction, you'll gain information, acquire knowledge, and use text features or text clues. Some tools for readers when determining the importance in text might be highlighter pens, post-it notes, skimming or scanning text, headings and subheadings, looking for keywords and phrases, using illustrations and photographs. Can you name any more? When you determine importance in text, you actually get down to the author's intent in writing that text.
Synthesizing.
Right, so very simply,
Synthesizing
is when we take the experiences and connections that we have from our past, that's our prior knowledge, and we add new information to that in the form of reading usually, and we put those two together and we make a new idea from that. That is
synthesizing.
And we do it all the time without even thinking about it. For example, Ryan grew up in Australia. That's been his experience, and that's been his life so far, and that's formed a lot of his world views. Ryan's reading a book that's set in rural Africa, very different from his own experience, and he's adding new information to his ideas. And Ryan's able to put his own experiences of growing up in Australia, make his own connections with the new information from that book, and he's able to form new ideas about how the world works. And perhaps he's realizing for the very first time that life isn't like this for everyone all over the world. Ryan is
synthesizing.
So when you read, think about what you already know and think about how that new information is forming new ideas for you.